What's up, guys? This is Young Shot here, back here today to give you guys another video, and this time we're going to be doing it straight on the top 10 draftee strengths and weaknesses. It's a lot of things to talk about for the NBA draft, especially the lottery. I live streamed the lottery and everything, so you guys saw it, and let me know what you guys think about your place in the team lottery and everything. I know my team went 8th, the New York Knicks. It's terrible out there. We have Dennis Smith Jr. possibility and Frank Nixelini, I think his name is. I have no clue how to pronounce his name, but regardless or not, we're gonna get straight into the draft. In the draft, top 10 strengths and weaknesses. So let's get into it. A typical NBA point guard, ready and willing to come out the league to just basically start scoring, and that's what you need for a team, especially a #1 team. I don't know if I can say the Celtics type of team, but a team that really needs some scoring, or a superstar in the making that can possibly score a lot of points, is your guy. Fultz is a tantalizing gift shot creator, like I said, sporting an extraordinary combination of body control, ball handling, footwork, and pace. He changes speed, direction, and uses both hands. Pretty good spinning off of opponents, splitting ball screens whenever switches happen against bigs, and he finishes with Euro steps. He has a combination of moves that basically makes him get to anywhere he needs to be on the floor and basically put the ball in the basket. But all this said, though, with Markelle Fultz, he's only 18 and he still needs adjustment to do in the NBA. He has a very laid-back and casual type of play style that will make you be like, why is he not, putting all into the game? I guess it's because of his motor. He doesn't really have a high motor like that. Sometimes he tries to get too cute at times, finishing at the paint, making such passes, or trying to hit difficult contested mid-range jump shots. And sometimes he'll turn the ball over trying to do fancy passes and everything. So pretty much what is said with Markelle Fultz, like I said in previous videos, Fultz is just pretty much a very athletic scoring point guard that every team needs regardless. And pretty much he has some problems basically playmaking like other point guards like Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball, I think, is the only person that can really play make besides from scoring. He doesn't score, but I'm talking about in terms of just passing. Fultz needs to improve in that area. He's really good at passing, don't get me wrong, but he is not the best ball handler, best caretaker of the ball. So that's really what it comes down to. If the Celtics get Markelle Fultz, pretty much they get another scoring point guard to pair alongside with Isaiah Thomas and everybody else. So let's now go to Lonzo Ball as we go and look continuously at this draft class. So Lonzo Ball from UCLA is pretty much a big and known talent, or big and known prospect, due to his father LeVar Ball, and pretty much the hype around his new sneakers. But we're actually gonna now look into details of his game and not just of what his dad credited him to do, or just basically what the media is saying about this kid coming up. Lonzo, really great passer, really great in transition, really makes solid plays, really a good teammate, basically can run the floor, can basically score for himself in the transition. And note that I only say transition only. And pretty much can rise up, attack the rim when needed. He's also, as I said, a great passer in transition. He throws some really nifty passes, some really pinpoint accuracy passes that is led to teammates, hit teammates in stride, makes teammates run even harder on a fast break to basically get a bucket. And pretty much due to his length and size, he can pretty much play point guard or shooting guard due to his combo. And he's not a bad shooter, by the way, too. Can really somewhat create a shot. It could be a shot creator later on in his career if he develops a better consistent jump shot, and also if needed. But here's the differences between Lonzo and I feel Markelle. Now, Lonzo has said better passer on offense between Markelle, but Markelle can score for himself. He can drive to the lane. He can basically, he loves contact. Lonzo does not love contact. He shies away from it. And it seems like every time you see Lonzo go against a team that basically have bigger bodies, he is unable to finish. He's unable to basically get around. His first step is not good enough to basically beat other point guards, especially if you're going into the NBA level. Him scoring is going to be a problem, and him relying on his jump shot from the outside is going to be a problem for many teams. But all you know is this dude can really pass the ball, can get out on the floor, can really good athleticism, and as long as he can shoot, he can shoot. As far as defense goes wise though, his defense is terrible. From what I've seen in tapes, dude literally gets backdoor cutted, especially against people that's more slower than him. He doesn't really pay attention on defense most of the time. Sometimes he does get bullied due to his size. Well, I don't know if he's been working out leading in. I'm pretty sure he is. But due to his size, he really just cannot get a hold or get in touch to basically beating out somebody into the rim. So it's really hard for him to do that. But pretty much Lonzo has great potential. Could build himself into a person that can be eventually a playmaker / shot creator, and also could be a person that can attack the rim. He could be a really good offensive threat. The only thing I would say is just his defense that I really would keep an eye on. But besides that, Lonzo is, I think, a solid pick for the Lakers, considering Russell and Clarkson's not really good passers. Russell's more of a good scorer. Clarkson's a good scorer. Russell's good at the 2. Instead of playing the 1, Clarkson's better at the 1 than playing the 2. And vice versa. So Lakers now have to make a decision. They already have been reports about D'Angelo Russell possibly getting traded somewhere, so we may never know. We just gotta see and find out. But that's pretty much the strengths and weaknesses of Lonzo Ball. Now we're gonna move on to the next prospect, which is Josh Jackson. So we're gonna do it now on Josh Jackson. Josh Jackson from Kansas has been really good in terms of his slashing, in terms of his play, in terms of getting inside, getting to the basket. Has unique. I'm not going to say he's the most creative scorer because he isn't, but he has a little shot. He has different ways to get to the rim. He can also post up as well. Again, the offensive side, though, isn't his strong suit. It's mostly on his defensive side where he makes his name. And I feel like he's one of the most NBA-ready players coming into the draft, especially with his defensive length and size, his wingspan. Can basically guard up to 2 and 3s and possibly even 4s. He's 6'8", and his weight is ridiculous. I feel for a small forward coming into the league, especially 203 pounds. He was just a freshman in Kansas. Like, you just gotta look at his weaknesses and his strengths. When you look at his strengths, is like it more values his weakness. His weakness pretty much is just he can't score, and he can't score on a consistent. Like, he can score, but he can't score on a consistent basis. He can't really put the ball in whenever he needs to, or he can't create his own shot. He's more of a driver. He's more of a slasher. He has a jump shot. He can shoot threes. The thing is, he's not consistent at it. He has a quick twitch that makes him a highly explosive athlete and can cover ground really easily and plays above the rim but easily too. He has small hands, 6'10", wingspan, narrow 207 pound frame that can kind of affect his small ball power forward role, but I feel like his physicality could help him with that certain area. He has competitiveness and he has a high motor, as many people seen in college with him. He basically plays the passing lanes really well, knows what he has to do on defense and in terms of switching, has a lengthy frame, but he doesn't get pushed around. He sometimes gambles, but the intensity and the athleticism and his great instincts basically makes up for him basically trying to go for a steal, and his recovery speed is just really great. But here's the thing, he's a streaky shooter. As I said before, he doesn't shoot the same way. He doesn't shoot the ball the same way that he always shoots, so his mechanics is messed up. as far as his weakness. He sometimes wears his heart on his sleeve, meaning he'll let the game or his emotions take over him during a big time game or during a game in general. His ball skills isn't that good to basically get him to the rack every time. He's just more, again, as I said, he's just more of a slasher. He's more of a guy that will make up his mind and basically get to the rim, but he's not a creative person to basically get to the rim. He doesn't have ball handles to basically get to the rim at will. He's a person that will just make one cut straight into the rim and make his move just like that. He does use shot fakes. Sorry, my fault. Shot fakes, and usually use his body control to basically have better post-up game, and it's more efficient and could become longer away due to his basketball IQ and athleticism. And he could be an efficient shot creator and consistent one later on in the NBA. Now, for a team that like the Sixers, they probably would need this. Again, defense always plays, and you can never have too much defense, I feel, on a team. You need somebody that can score, obviously, but the Sixers, I feel, with Ben Simmons running the offense, you already got Joel Embiid, you already got Sark, you already got these offensive players, and Ben Simmons can also create for himself and possibly get to the rim. He just needed to get a better jump shot. Once he gets that, and once Josh Jackson develop his jump shot as well, I feel the Sixers, if they do draft Josh Jackson or have Simmons play the one and have Josh Jackson be drafted, I think they do have a really young and really great team to compete in the East someday. Jackson, I think his role will fit perfectly on the Philadelphia 76ers. So now let's move on to the next person in line, which is Jayson Tatum. So for Jayson Tatum, pretty much possibly going to the Suns. Suns has the 4th pick. Jayson Tatum, I feel, will be a great fit for the Phoenix Suns. Knowing that Tatum is just basically a guy that can just put up points and score. Again, like I said, every team needs that one person in a certain position that can just go off and score points. They already have guards that can basically score. You got Bledsoe, you got Devin Booker. Why not add another person that can put up points just the same way and, you know, compete with these highly touted West teams like the Warriors? I mean, obviously they're not going to be like the Warriors or anything, or be like the Spurs, but at least, you know, have somebody that can put up points, has potential to basically be a two-way player, basically do both on both ends, play offense and play defense. Tatum is just the guy. He's 6'8" in shoes, 6'11" wingspan, has an upper body that can bully small forwards. I'm not gonna say, I'm only limiting him to small forwards only. Pretty much has a really good flashes of his footwork, can basically do a whole bunch of things to put himself into a scoring position. His bread and butter is to remain the isolation game. So just take the mold of Melo, Paul Pierce, and pretty much just the guy that you get from Jayson Tatum. Smooth athlete for a 6'8", has a wide array of moves and footwork. Like I said, has a full assortment of effective jabs, that's crossovers, turnaround, fadeaways, in and out dribbles to get his defenders off balance and create separation for himself. And he uses combination of side quickness and ability to create separation to basically beat the slower power forwards if he is guarded by a slow power forward or a less physical small forward himself. He could shoot. That's one thing that people don't think that he could do, but he could. He's very good on catch and shoot, especially in contested catch and shoot. He can hit. Most likely just showing his release, maybe going into the NBA, will be one thing that he can improve on. But Tatum has post skills. He pretty much can score. Like I said, has the mold of Paul Pierce / Melo into his game. I'm not going to say he's more explosive than Melo or he's more crafty as Paul Pierce, but Tatum has an offensive game that is really noted and is really going to get him to the next spot later on in his career. Now, the weaknesses is that even despite his size and fluidity, and despite that he can create his own jump shot on the offensive end, he's not an explosive athlete. He ain't that person that's gonna get to the rim every time with his first step. He has an average first step. He is further slowed down with high and loose dribbles, even though his footworks helped him with his dribbles and basically the lack of ball handling skills. He pretty much still could get D'd up by somebody that has IQ, somebody that can, know or have fast hands to basically poke the ball out of his hands. Another thing is Tatum optimism. He doesn't have a high motor, not the best passer, not a consistent passer. He's more of a score first mentality. He looks to jack, it seems, and he shows his flash of vision here and there, but he's more of a person that tries to put the ball in the basket. And another thing is defense. Now, pretty much this defensive side, it prevents many problems. Doesn't contest well, doesn't lack, he has motor. He sometimes get beat off of like little moves or moves that, like misdirections. Like pretty much if a point guard goes one way and then goes the other way, he will be lost completely. He struggles defensively in the post against other power forwards, and he doesn't have a big core or lower body strength to basically play down low at the 4. So him being a stretch 4 is going to be a big adjustment into the league. I more see he's a small forward, a 6'8" small forward that can bully other small forwards and get to the rim and score for himself. He has a wide array of footwork and skills. You just need to get better on defense. Great. If it's great for the Suns, I say go for him. It'll just only make their offense, and they terribly struggled on offense and defense. So why not go for a person that is gonna help you get some points with alongside Devin Booker and Eric Bledsoe, and not only that, still have a young group of core of talent like T.J. Warren, Marquise Chris, and Alex Len. You might as well add another person to basically help you out with certain areas. It has potential to do great on both sides. Now for the last and final prospect that we're going to be talking about, we're going to be talking about De'Aaron Fox from Kentucky, and pretty much the place that they're going to have him in is going to be 5th, which is the Kings pick. Now, from a standpoint of the Kings, they just let go of DeMarcus Cousins. Let's review it. Let go of DeMarcus Cousins. Basically have great bigs that could potentially develop into something later on. With Willie Cauley-Stein and Skal Labissiere. You also have Buddy Hield, who is a great, showing on his rookie year, can show flashes that he can score and get his own. And pretty much you have no future point guard. When you look at it, the point guards was Darren Collison and Tom Lawson. Now, why I see De'Aaron Fox being a great pick for them? Because they just need a future point guard. It just makes simple, and I feel like he can be that guy that can basically put up points and get people to play better, basically through his ball handling, and has really good explosive speed to basically beat people off the dribble and basically get straight to the rim. Plays really great defense as well. The only thing that really lacks De'Aaron Fox is just his shot. His shot is not honest enough. It's an ugly looking jump shot. His mechanics is way bad. And he really just cannot create. Well, he can create, but he can't really create when people usually back off of him and make him try to shoot his jump shot. Pretty much he's going to be a great shot creator. I feel like he's going to be a great scoring point guard. But the thing is, he needs to develop an outside jump shot. He needs to basically be less loose with the ball. He does get beat sometimes defensively due to his frame, but the thing that makes up for De'Aaron Fox is basically his speed and athleticism, which I think is going to be good. Some people already said that he's going to be nextly touted to John Wall. I don't see it being touted to John Wall, but he's going to be somewhat similar or close to it, and I feel like he has great potential. Now, for a Kings franchise that has a little bit, a little bit of how you can say it, terrible management skills. I don't even know how to put it. Anyway, Kings have a very bad history with draft picks and not developing them. So it'll be up to the Kings on how they want to put them in. I feel like Fox has great potential and can really be a franchise player once he starts developing his outside jump shot and basically getting more bigger for the NBA. Dude has skill, great passer. Sometimes make mistakes, but he's a great passer all around. Really great with ball handling, can get to the rim and score. Just those two areas you need to work on. Besides that, I think the Kings will have a great pick, and it will be a great team with De'Aaron Fox, especially with all the role players that's on them. And then he also got some young players as well that can play with him in a college standpoint. So that's my take on De'Aaron Fox, and that is my top 5 strengths and weaknesses of all the prospects. If you guys like the video, please like and subscribe. Make sure you get a thumbs up. Click that thumbs up if you need, please. Please. All right. Let's not stop this. But please, let me stop. Regardless of not, tune in for the next one. This is only day 1 of the draft. There's going to be more to come. I'm going to have more ideas on videos, especially trade talk and pretty much on the draft until the draft comes by. Also, I'm going to be hitting a video as soon as the finals come. I'm not really interested in the conference finals because you already know who's going to win each respective conference finals games. Like, come on, guys. Do you not think the Warriors and the Cavaliers are not going to face off again in the finals? If you think so, if you think they didn't, leave a comment below. Just let me know. And let me know about the video. Leave a comment below on who's your favorite prospect coming into the NBA. I'm probably going to do another 5 to 10 video basically the below half of the top 10, and then continues to go down until I finish the first round. So thanks guys for tuning in. This is Young Shot. I'm out. Peace. Guys, if you guys want to check in any live games, especially during the playoff run, let me guys know. Tune in to my Beam channel, which is an app I use extensively to pretty much broadcast games and broadcast video games whenever I'm playing. Also tune into my Twitch. All these links will be down below. Please follow and like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it already, and I'll see you guys soon.